1 minute. I'm just setting things up here. Hi there. Sorry guys, 1 second. Just have to get my iPad plugged in so it doesn't die on us. Sorry. 1 more second, I promise. Sorry guys. Ooh. Everything that could take more time is. Sorry. There we go. Hi, sorry it took me so long to get situated here. How are you guys today? I hope you're doing well. It's a beautiful Sunday here. It's cloudy on and off, but the temperature is just perfect. And it's just a nice, lazy Sunday afternoon, and I'm really enjoying myself today. I did a little sewing this morning. I had some pants that forever needed to be hemmed, and so I did that and cleaned up my room a little bit, even though it's still kind of a mess, and cut out a top to make later. So I hope you guys are having a nice Sunday afternoon. Let's see who's here. Hi, Kathy from Mentor, Ohio. Oh, just up the road a little ways. Hi, Kathleen. Good to see you from Washington State. Teresa's here from Virginia. Hi, nice to see you again, Teresa. Peggy's here from Birmingham, Alabama. I have some really close friends in Birmingham. The girl that I actually named my daughter after. And yeah, they're very sweet people. Hi, Kay from Mississippi. Dolores is here, and Dolores, I think you're in South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. But hi, nice to see you. Joey, hi, nice to see you. I'm glad you got on live too. You're in Colorado. We have people from all over the place. Hi, Dot from Pittsburgh. My son loves the Steelers, by the way. I don't know if I ever told you that, but yeah, he's a big Steeler fan. Deanna, hi, from Southern California. Not for long. It's 12 in the afternoon and we're getting ready to eat lunch. Yeah, I know. It's so hard to find the right time that works for all the time zones, and this was the best I could do, but I'm totally open for suggestions, you guys. And once things are like open and people are doing stuff again, if you think it might be better to do a weeknight, just let me know what your thoughts are on that, because I want to do it the time that can get the most people to be able to participate. Not only do we have the people on the West Coast, but we also have people overseas. So the UK people are 5 hours ahead of us. So you have 3 hours behind and 5 hours ahead. So this was like the one time I thought would work, but please let me know if there's a better time. All right, let's see. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. Deborah, nice to see you. Deborah's just down the road in Kentucky, not far from here. Hi, Ellen from South Carolina. Wow, 2 people from South Carolina here today. You guys are probably having gorgeous weather by now. It's so beautiful there. We went a few years ago, my husband and I rented a condo on the beach. It was a 4-bedroom condo, and we had us, my son and his wife, my daughter and her husband, and at that time we just had 3 grandchildren. Now we have 6. But we just had a great time. It was really fun. Cutting out 9-inch Allegra shorts. Here in Cali, noon is good. I'll eat lunch after your show. Okay, sounds good. I love Allegros. They're just I hadn't made them until recently, and then I participated in the test. I'm telling you what, I love those pants. I'll just make a bazillion of them, I'm sure. Between those and Sabrina Slims and Duets, I just about got the whole wardrobe covered other than jeans. But honestly, I made some Sabrina Slims into jeans. I put a fake fly and did the pockets and top stitch everything like jeans, and really they're really nice skinny jeans, and they're stretch and pull on, and they're just great. I suppose they're Grammy jeans. But I'm blessed to be a Grammy. See my shirt today? Blessed to be a Grammy. All right, let's see. They gave me this as a gift a couple years ago. Doc tries to sew. Hi, good to see you. It's been a couple weeks since we've seen you. I hope everything's going well for you. I know you're in the front lines of everything. Even I think you told me you're in obstetrics, but still, that's still on the front. I'm sure it's kind of scary for a new mom right now. So, our prayers are with you. JBL, nice to see you. Virginia from New York. Oh, Vignette. Okay. Vignette is your name, or I think that's what you mean. Nice to see you. South Carolina. I don't know if I have a great memory or not. I remember like silly things, but not important things. So I don't know what that means. This is the best I could do for a toast today for 5,000 followers. It's bubbly. I don't have any champagne in the house, so I'll settle for a little thing of bubbly. And no, that's not a paid endorsement. It just happens to be what I'm drinking today. Hoosier County. Hi, nice to see you. You're just a little west of us. So, yeah. North Carolina. Good. Very good. So what do you think of my question today when I put it out? I thought, I'm just like to try to start with some kind of question to get this conversation started. We don't have to talk about that, but, just to sort of get it going, to tell about your worst fail. Some of mine have been actually pretty funny. I was a newlywed and getting ready to start a new job, and had just finished nursing school and taken state boards and all those things. And I was in a wedding, and we were all to make our dresses. And of course, I'm the one who sews, so I should have had mine done, really on time, and it should have been perfect. Well, I procrastinated, which is nothing new for me, and I thought I was all done, and I got all done and just kind of hurried up, because I've made things 1,000 times, right? Even though I was like 20 years old, I still just, I'd been sewing since I was 5, so it wasn't a big deal to do just a normal gathered skirt dress, for a bridesmaid. And so I went to bed, and I got up in the morning of the wedding, and I went to put it on, and one sleeve was like this. If I would have walked around like this all day, it would have been fine. So I had to take the sleeve off and put it back on before the wedding. That's probably the funniest fail. I'm glad I looked at it first thing in the morning, or it really would have been a disaster. Oh, let's see. Hi, Deborah. Nice to see you in Lancaster. Sarah, working on a laundry day tee in Virginia. I love that pattern. I could just make 1,000 of them. They're just so quick and easy and cool, especially in the summertime. I recently just made this tank version, and I never made the tank. I just always put sleeves in them because I had this thing about my bare arms. I didn't think I could have show my bare arms because of all the, extra stuff I have from being overweight and losing weight, and all that. But to be honest, I don't care anymore. I am who I am, and as long as I'm decent, it's too hot to care. And I still don't think I have the right to bear arms on stage when I'm leading worship because nobody wants to just see Hallelujah vibrating 1,000 times. so, so I do wear sleeves on Sunday morning just because I'd be, too embarrassed. But otherwise, I go ahead and I wear my tanks now. I didn't for a long time. But anyway, the laundry day tank dress is just the most cool, comfy thing in the world. It's like a nightgown, only it doesn't have to be a nightgown. You can throw sandals on and go to the store, or you can just, sleep in it. So it's wonderful. Anyway, that was a little TMI. I'm sorry about that, you guys. Let's see. Wow, Ingrid, you're in South Africa? I did not know that. That's awesome. That is incredible. I have friends who, they're home right now, but they're in Africa. I don't know what part of South Africa they're in, but he teaches at a missionary school. And I'm not sure where that is, to be honest. But anyway, they're just really sweet people. Jillo from the Villages, Florida. Awesome. Marion, nice to see you. Another one from South Africa. Wow. That's awesome. Hi, Paula. Good to see you. Elaine, working on a self-drafted shirred summer dress. Ooh, I'd love to see that. Those are, you like the tube kind with straps, or are you going to go strapless? Or I'd love to see it. Beautiful. Helen, hi, nice to see you. Be comfortable. You're right. I agree. Frugal's mama. Frugalisma. Oh, frugalisma. Got it. Sorry. Took me a little bit to say that. I'm going to butcher everybody's name. I apologize ahead of time. Hi, everyone. Sam from Yorkshire, UK. Been working on a bomber jacket. A bit of a fall, but every day is a learning day. Oh, a bit of a fail. Oh, I'm sorry. I know they're hard, but you're right. You do learn every time that you do them, Yeah, to this day, I'll fail something and have to rip it out. And then the next time, I don't make that mistake again. But I'm up close and personal with my seam ripper quite often. So if you think that you ever get beyond that, you really don't. Because you just don't. Because we're human and it's never going to be perfect. But you know what? We just try. And yeah, believe me, you don't want to look too close at the insides or something of some of my stuff sometimes. It's just the way it is. I'm just being real, Just this morning, I have these pants on, but I was hemming these pants, and they were Sabrina Slim's, one of the tester versions from earlier this year, and I just needed to hem them, and I burnt them with the iron this morning, down on the calf part of it. They just fried, and so they're crops. I just made them into crop pants, but I suppose that's a fail, but it's also a win because I needed some crop pants, so it's okay. Yes, perfection is overrated. Elaine, hope it turns out. It'll have straps. The bodice is shirred using elastic thread. Oh, that's awesome. I hope you send us a picture or share it in the Facebook group or send it to me and I'll put it on the viewer makes. I'd love to see that. Dolores used a very slinky knit striped fabric for a cardigan. The stripes were all wavy and wonky. Couldn't wear it, but haven't thrown it away yet. Yeah, you know what? You could wear it. There's no reason. You could just sort of start a new style. I don't know that that would be so bad to have it. Um, the stripes being a little wavy and wonky. You could still wear it. I haven't seen it though, but um, the point is we all have fails for sure. Let's see. M.A. Yates from St. Augustine, Florida. Nice to see you. Seam rippers are a must. No kidding. And sometimes we use them on purpose, to take out basting and stuff. But yeah, I definitely. And I keep losing my favorite one. And I have this red one that I got at a sewing expo. And it's so sharp and nice. And I lost it for a long time. And then I found it in my marking pen cup. It spilled on the floor. And lo and behold, there was my seam ripper. And now I've gone and lost it again. I don't know where it is. It's in this room somewhere, and I hope I'll find it because I love that seam ripper. It's small and it's just real sharp and is easy to use. Okay, let's see. Teresa made a pantsuit. Was 13. Top was A-line tunic, sleeveless with a neck and armhole facings. Zip in the back. Made from a knit. Fit was good, but it was striped fabric and they were horizontal. I know the feeling. Some people can do horizontal and some people can't. I know. That's me. I can do horizontal if it's just up here. And then after that, I can't because I have to make them vertical. Sometimes I do some color blocking to make it, so that I can do the rest of it vertical. But if you were 13 and you did that, that's pretty good. And honestly, at 13, you can wear horizontal stripes, no matter what size you are, really. I think I have one pair of pants I can have wear outside, but it took lots of tweaking, but I can have them on. Well, good. That's awesome. You're gonna create tons of pants that you'll wear all the time. They're not as scary as everybody would have you believe. It's just understanding your body. And once you understand your body, you'll be able to look at a wrinkle and go, you know what? This is what I need to do. And it's not as I just want to bring it down to common sense because really that's what it is. And it's well, okay, if you're short through here, then you got to take some out. If you're short here, but need more length here, you're sort of tilted. So you have to adjust for that. Add on to the back and cut off on the front. Just little things like that. And it's just, people try to make it so technical that sometimes I think it's just daunting. And then you make people afraid to try. And I just want to bring it down to they're just pants. And yeah, you're probably going to make a few that don't fit as well. But by the time you make 3 or 4 pair of pants in your life, you're going to be making better than you can get at the store for sure. Because at the store, nobody is making sure that they're going to fit your body. And so you'll be great. I have not bought a pair of pants in years. And I've had some given to me like gifts. And I don't wear them very much because they're not fit for me. They don't fit right because my body's weird and it's sort of petite but not petite, if that makes any sense. So half of me is petite and the other half is long. So by petite I mean short. I don't mean I'm not petite in anybody's dictionary. But from the petite department where things are shorter. So if I go from my waist down, everything is short. My rise, my legs, everything. And then from here up, I'm I should be if I had the right legs, I would probably be 5'8" or something. But I'm barely 5'2", so, which means I actually have no legs. Hi, Marcia. Thanks for sending me your Summer Basics tanks. They are great. They look so good on you. And I hope you let me share them in viewer makes. Let me know for sure. Marcia just sent me her Summer Basics pictures. We're friends from church, so she texted them to me. And they look so good. They really do. Elaine, I had to unpick 2.5 millimeter stitches. Oh, that's not fun. But, you know, it's okay because that's how we learn. 2.5 millimeter stitches are pretty close together. Have you ever ripped out a stretch stitch? The one that's triple? Oh my goodness. That's horrible. Let's see, Paula. Hi, nice to see you here. I have chosen the Love Notion Summer K pants. Oh, you know what? I have those in my queue to make. I haven't made any yet. I won't do it for the class because I've already said I was gonna do the duets, but yeah, I need to make those. I haven't made. That's one Love Notions pants pattern that I have not made yet. Cool. Teresa said the top was not too bad, but the horizontal stripes on the pants weren't too good. My girlfriend said I look like a jailbird. I did wear the pantsuit anyway, but not to school. What a mean thing to say. That's a jailbird. But when you're in junior high or whatever, you're just expanding your personal style. You're just figuring it out. I'm still figuring mine out at age 63. I'm not 63 yet, but I will be soon. Hi, Sarah. Flexible ruler will be here tomorrow. Awesome. Good. Somebody asked me what mine is actually a 40-inch. The 29 should work for most people, but I also went back in there and put the I think it was the 36-inch that I actually put in the on my shop. I did change it because there are a few people that maybe 29 would not work, but it would work on me. This is way excess than what I need, so you should be okay. Thanks, Marcia. See, Deborah, I was wondering if we have a pair of ready-to-wear pants that fit well in the crotch. Can we use them for measuring? Absolutely. You can take them apart even and make a pattern from them if you really like the way they fit. There's no reason not to do that. Well, you don't have to take them apart, really. You could just, it's a little harder. If you're able to sort of take them apart and put them back together, that would be best. Or you can rub the seams and then add the seam allowance. You can do that too. But if you have a pair that are older and you can rip them apart, that's a good thing to do too. I have a pair of jean shorts that I got at a thrift shop, and they fit me so well. So I often pull those out and kind of reference the curve on them because they just fit really well. I persevered and won the battle. Good for you. Let's see, Deborah. Hello from Columbia, Missouri. I'm looking forward to making the duet pants. Good, me too. I've made bunches of them, but I'm going to start from scratch so that you guys can see the process. If I pulled out my already adjusted pattern, it wouldn't help you guys. So I'm going to print it from square one and make my adjustments and do the muslin just like you guys will, so that and you know what, we change in size. I've lost a considerable amount of weight since the last time that I adjusted those pants, so I think I'm gonna start over anyway, so that would be good. Okay, let's see, I ordered this 36-inch from your length. Good. That'll definitely work. Lisa said, I wouldn't say I had epic fails, more like garment sewing give-ups. Way back when body shape changes and I had so much trouble with fit using the Big Four. Yeah, the Big Four, honestly, I don't know that they really understand real women's bodies. I mean, they have these they're getting better about having plus-size models, but, used to be that they had these really skinny, tall models in every single thing, and you could never picture what that was going to look like on you, and but I think they're getting better. I think that indie patterns having competition is helping them be better and more realistic about sizes. I mean, honestly, I wear a 16, 18 in ready to wear. or, like most pattern companies, at least, an 18, probably a good solid 18, like in Love Notions. But in the big four, I have to make a 24 to be the same as the 18. So that's disheartening. I don't think they should wise up. Nobody wants to say they wear a size higher than they actually do. I don't know why they do that. Paula, I didn't own an elasticated ruler, and my local haberdashery shop don't have them in stock. Do I need to order online, and I don't have until the end of the week, so I will have proper measurements later that week. You need an elasticated ruler? I don't have an elastic. Are you talking about the band? That's just 1/4 inch elastic that I tied just to mark where the places are. My tape measure doesn't have elastic. It's just regular. I don't know, unless you mean the flexible one. This is the flexible one. It's not elastic though, it's just flexible. Maybe, I don't know. Hope I didn't confuse you in any way. I'm sorry if I did. Let's see, Alberta, going to make the Allegro pants. Good for you. I love those. I said that before, but I'll say it again. I do love that pattern. Allegros are for woven fabric. Kathleen, they're actually meant for wovens. So yeah, every pair I've made has been from a woven. So definitely. Paula said, "Sorry, not Oh, okay, good. I'm glad, because I was worried that I confused you in some way. Yeah, flexible. Definitely, that's this one. It's still sitting here from the other day. That's how much I haven't cleaned out my room. But yeah, I was trying to do a this YouTube guy that helps you get views, and I'm doing this. I'm participating in this 30-day like sort of creator challenge thing, and he's wanting us to like make our thumbnails like sort of like clickable, and he said you should have yourself on there like you should always have yourself on there. And I was trying to do a funny picture all like wrapped up in tape measures, and it wasn't good, so I just went with pants instead of me. Didn't work. I would say Bex, you could buy the 29 if you're sort of small from here to here, but 36 is probably the best. 30, 36. This is 40 and it's way too much. I think my measurement, my crotch length is 29, so a 29 would have worked for me. But I would say if I was going to buy one and didn't know what my crotch length was, I'd probably buy a 36. Oh, let's see. Had great luck with the Melody top. Seems like indie patterns are much more forgiving. They are. And they're also drafted, I think, not all, but a lot of them are drafted for a more curvy, realistic woman's body. I know for sure that Love Notions is. She really takes time and effort. Being on, I've tested several patterns for them, and I got to tell you, she's very particular, and she'll keep going until she gets it just right in every size, and it's really nice to see. Gonna love the thing that's coming up. Just say that. I don't know if I'm allowed to say what it is. I think they've said it's a romper, but you're gonna love it. It's wonderful. See, 60 millimeters. This has centimeters on the other side, or millimeters. This is 100, and this is way too much, so you'll probably be fine, Paula. 60 is... '60's 23. You'll still probably be able to do a crotch curve with that. Yeah, you'll be able to do it, I think. It just depends on how large you are from here to here. thank you, Ellen. Yeah, we had some audio issues this morning. I'm not sure what the deal was. Did it the same as we've been, and I'm definitely on a learning curve with putting church services online. It's quite an interesting thing to do because we can't record through the sound system because our room is too small for the if we put the drums at the level they should be in the sound system, the drums would just overtake the room. So it's tricky. So we've just been doing the ambient, the ambient in the room, and then I try to edit the sound with getting rid of some ambient noise in that afterwards. But it's not the best, and I'm really at the limit of my knowledge with that, but I'm trying. Let's see. I'm a still photographer. I'm not a videographer, so I'm learning all kinds of things. Kentucky, has anyone made the Audrey top? I did. I did a video on it. You're talking about the Sew Over It one. I love that top. I love the neckline. It does run a bit, I did need to size up a little bit. And I thought it was a little short from here to here, just like, I would have liked the whole top to have been just a little bit longer. But other than that, it's wonderful. The neckline is fantastic. I had a couple tips in my video. If you want to go back on my channel maybe a month or two, and I did a whole video on it. I did a couple things like interfacing the neckline with knit interfacing, and it really kept it from sort of crumpling up with the bow. The bow tied really nice and stuff. So yeah, I think you'll gain a couple things if you go back and watch it. Do I prefer the slash or pivot method for FBA? I do the slash method. Yeah, I don't know. I think that if the arm side fits you sort of well, then I feel like it's better to leave them intact. And then, do the spread method. I don't know. I guess if the arm sides were tight, then it would be different. But I don't need an FBA on everything. Sometimes I just do the narrow shoulder adjustment because I'm small here, but my bust is sort of in proportion to the rest of my body. So a lot of times that's all I do. But once in a while I do the FBA. And actually Tammy, when I was testing this last time, Tammy from Love Notions, with the romper that they're going to release, she actually, they assign you the size to try. And so she actually assigned me to do a size 14 on top with a FBA, the full bust piece that they have. And honestly, I was quite pleasantly surprised at how nice that was. So I may need to look at that a little bit closer and utilize that a little bit more than what I do. Let's catch up here. I hope I'm not missing anybody. Let me go back here. Hi, Libby. Nice to see you. Oh, I bet the Allegro skirt. I bet that's wonderful, too. I haven't made I did make the skirt. I made the skirt. I made the skirt and then attached the shorts to it. And worked out really well. Let's see. Speaking of the Big Four, we answered that. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to keep up on everybody's comments, but it's a little hard. Let's see. Hi, Rhonda. Nice to see you. Thank you so much. Rhonda's my friend from high school, so it's nice to see you. Did you start working on? You said you were going to do the tank. Did you start it yet? Just wondering. Hi, Teresa. I noticed the Love Notions website that they sponsor a sewing retreat. It has been canceled. I've never attended, and I'll tell you what, last time I was going to, they put it up. I wasn't an ambassador for them yet, so I didn't have any heads up of any kind. And when it goes online, they it sold out in 5 minutes. So from what I hear, it's wonderful. So I hope they do it again when things are better. And I hope I get to sign up next time because I was really bummed. And as it turned out, I wouldn't have been able to go anyway. So, but yeah, I really would love to do that. I'd love to just go to a sewing retreat anywhere. Like, I don't care even if it's just to sew together. I don't even care if there's classes. It would just be really fun to get away with girlfriends and just, you know, in a big room and just everybody have their station and sew and talk. It would be so much fun. Maybe we should do that. Not now, but you know, in the future, maybe we should do that. Hi, Sarah. Maybe small shoulders. What I need to. Yeah, I mean, you just play and see. I think sometimes when there's a full bust piece, I could probably benefit from doing a little bit of both. But so far, the small shoulder adjustment has really helped me. It's also really helped me sewing for my mother-in-law, who is this really tiny, petite. You know, her shell is really petite. She's very small neck and shoulders. Plus, she's sort of hunched over from years. She's 91. And so when I sew for her, I mean, I like do a size like 12 right here, but the rest of her is like an 18. So that's what I do. I did, I think, the medium. I made the Ellie Mac pedal top for her. I think I did a medium in the neck and shoulders, and then the rest of it was like an extra large. So if you use that narrow shoulder adjustment on my video, that works great for stuff like that. I think there's a lot of petite women in our older years. We need the bigger sizes, but this hasn't changed. So I found that out for myself, and then I gave her that top, and she said, I can't believe this fits me. You know, she's very excited that it fits her because a lot of things don't fit her well. I've already taken like a up in the back right here on some stuff because it just flops all over her shoulder, like on ready to wear. Once I did like sort of a round back thing with the ready to wear tank that she had. She loved it, but it just, you know, she couldn't keep it on her neck. It was just flopping every which way. Paula, I saw Myra Lorraine in her YouTube video about Seamwork Clark cami. I bought the pattern so I have a cami top and can wear a bra underneath. Yeah, that one's a good one. I have that in my queue to make as well. I love Seamwork. The Tessa jeans are my favorite jeans, and I've made a lot of Seamwork. My favorite jacket, that moto jacket, the chip. I love that jacket. I wear that every chance I get because it makes me feel cool to wear a moto jacket because I'm so not cool. But anyway, the Clark looks really nice, and I have some linen I was thinking about doing that with. Actually, some plaid linen. I thought about doing that on a bias. I thought that would look really nice, but we'll see. I don't know if I have enough. But if I do, it would be really neat. Thank you, Paula, very much. It is wonderful. Last summer on the lake was so much fun. Oh, you did go. How awesome. I'm so jealous. I want to go. I wanted to go last year and didn't have the money. And then this year, it's sold out before I got on there. So maybe next time. Lisa, can you make a video of taping a PDF together? Just a short one. Yeah, I could do that. I actually did that in our Cadence dress sew along, like way back in Friday sewing school. But I could do like just a little quick one and show taping it. What I found is that if you get off even a little bit, it just, how much you're off just kind of grows, and then you get to a point where it's so far off that like you have to go back and adjust. And what I do sometimes is if it's all together and then the next piece isn't lining up but it's in between pattern sizes, I just go ahead and cut what I've done off so far and then you know, started fresh and lined up. I mean, it goes really well if you're just really meticulous about lining things up. But it's hard, I know. I think it's because I had an old version of Adobe. Oh, okay. Shouldn't have mattered though if it was 100%. I print from my iPad. I know I can't print layers on my iPad, but for me, the convenience of just throwing it to the printer, I don't mind having all the sizes printed. I kind of like it because if I feel like, oh, I need a little more room there, I'll go out to, I'll go out to the extra large on the hips or whatever. So I don't mind having all the sizes printed. I kind of miss them if they weren't there, I think. But I just print from my iPad and it's totally one-to-one and it's never a problem. But putting them together, if I'm not really paying attention and getting them lined up, then I can get really off. And also, don't forget that diagram that's on the in the pattern where it shows you what pieces are needed for what. Don't forget to double check that diagram, because I was putting together something the other day. What was it? I don't remember what it was. Anyway, I was putting something together that had a bodice, and there was a full full bust bodice and a regular bust bodice, and I tried to hook the wrong one to that wrong one. So sorry, you can probably hear my dog. I don't know what she's barking at out there. Hopefully not much. My husband's not home, so maybe he's getting home. Maybe a moto jacket. Oh, that would be fun. I'd like that. Yeah, let's do that. We could do the chip, or we could do another one. Ellie Mac has a new one. That looks really interesting. I haven't done that one yet. I forget what they call it, but it's a really nice jacket. A Misty Cami. I've heard that. I might try that one too. I think that I want to do a cami roundup on the channel when we get through some of the other things I'm doing right now. I think I'd like to do a cami roundup, and just do an Ogden, a Misty, the crystal cave or something, whatever that's called, from Itch to Stitch, and the Clark. And I did the Savannah from Seamwork. I took the Savannah and I sort of combined it with trying to remember which one. Anyway, I put wider straps on it and it worked out pretty well. And I cut it on the bias. So it worked out pretty well. But that's a nice one too, but it's sort of meant for lingerie, so it's sort of really low and the straps are really tiny. So I sort of fixed that, and then it worked out really well. Good. I would love that. Let's see. I print all the sizes and trace the one I want. Then if I need to change the size, I only need to trace and not print again. I used to do that, and now I've just been printing it and cutting what I need, and then if I need it again, I just print another one and cut it. But like if it's a short sleeve, I print the whole sleeve and then I cut off the long part, and then I sort of just tape it back together. And next time, if I still want short sleeve, I just kind of take it off and then put it back on. That's how I do it. But when I sew for kids, though, when I buy a kids pattern, I put it together. I print all the sizes and I do I trace, because I have grandkids from age 13 all the way down to 3. So, and a lot of the patterns, they actually go that far. So I just go ahead and keep them and trace them. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it is a good idea. But I don't know, I'm so impatient. I just want to print it and sew it. So I just do that a lot, but I'd probably save a lot of paper if I just traced them. I think if I just make it for myself in only one version, there's no point in tracing it. But if I might make it for my daughter or daughter-in-law or my mother-in-law, then maybe it would be smarter for me to not cut it. If you're using a printed copy to cut out, then you can get bank paper, which is much thinner. Oh, that's a smart idea too. Yeah. I use my paper twice too. If we're printing something, I print a lot of music because I'm a church musician. So I print a lot of music, and then, we might decide on a different key or whatever, and there we have copies that just don't get used. And so a lot of times, most of my patterns have music on the back of them because I just turn it over and print the patterns on the other side. Rather than throw that away, I feel like it, kind of saves the environment a little, do my little part anyway. I know I have a pretty big footprint as it is probably, but I feel like that helps a little bit plus it saves a little bit of money. I don't know if anybody has one, but my daughter, she homeschools 4 kids, and she prints all her textbooks because the curriculum she uses is all PDF, and then you have to print it. But she got a printer called an Epson EcoTank, and you actually only have to change the ink like once a year, and from like the ink comes in bottles, and it came with refill, and she has printed 3,000 pages and hasn't had to even refill anything yet. So I'm thinking about getting one of those because I go through a lot of ink. I don't know if any of you do, but I go through an incredible amount of ink, and I think that I would be further ahead to spend the money on that printer and then not have to buy the ink as much. The bottles of ink the single ones are about $20, so I don't think that, and you only have to buy them once a year, so, for 4, the 3 color and then the black, so, 4 times 20, so $80 a year for ink is not bad. It's a lot better than buying cartridges all the time. Ink subscription, I do have that. I have that on our home printer downstairs, the one that we use for music, and my husband uses it for work and that kind of thing. I have a different one up here that's not on a subscription. The reason I don't do that, because we have the HP Instant Ink, but I don't want to pay per print when I'm only printing, a few lines on a page, because I feel like you're not really getting your money's worth unless you're printing something that has a lot more ink on it than what patterns usually do. Maybe I'm crazy, I don't know. But it's working out really well downstairs, but I think I would have really wasted money up here. But because these 2 printers take the same cartridges, and I'm just, the black is just all the time gone. I use way more black than anything else, but it's just empty all the time. So I need to do something because it's getting expensive. Yeah, I do. I have the HP Instant Ink, but there again, I think for patterns it doesn't pay out. Deborah traces too. Cool. I don't know, it go back and forth, I guess, but definitely on the kids' patterns, I'm a tracer. Hi, June. Nice to see you from Missouri. It's easier to do adjustments with thinner paper, otherwise it can end up like cardboard. Yeah, it can. I get a lot of times when I do adjustments, I do the adjustments on the thin paper, the rolls of medical paper. I have a box of 12 rolls that I use to trace whenever I do trace a pattern. And so when I do an adjustment, I will use that. So at least it's only one layer of the heavier paper usually. But, that's still, it'd be better to, it can still get pretty thick. I print my patterns on my laser printer. It took me about 3 years to use up. Wow, that's really good. Good point. Ink is expensive, I agree. Just search for A4 blank paper online. It's usually 40 to 50 grams. Yeah. I trace all my papers because here in Sweden we never have those $1.99 sales. Cheapest big four is around 10. Normal price is 12. Wow. You should get one of us to mail you some. That would be fun. Yeah, did bring back the $1.99 sales. For a while there, they weren't doing them. And they were just doing percent off at Joann's, and I think the big four weren't letting them do that anymore, but I think that it backfired on them, and now they're offering that again. So I don't buy them very much though, because honestly, once you buy some indie patterns, and you have your tried and trues, and then you just like hack the tried and trues into whatever you want. I sew a lot of new indie patterns for the purpose of wanting to review it. But if I didn't do that, I'd probably just hack what I already have. I don't know. Do you guys do that? Do you hack them, or do you look for a pattern? If you like decide you want something. I don't know. I used to just hack everything, but now that I have a channel, I want to be able to, realistically review different things. So I'll make things just for the purpose of reviewing, and then I get a bonus because then I have a new outfit. Well, let's see. Hi, Elizabeth. Nice to see you. Lisa says she has an Epson Echo Tank. Got it at Sam's that last time they had a special. It was $230. Has big bottles of ink that far outlast. Yeah, that's what my daughter said. She's really impressed. And I have Costco right down the street, and right now at Costco until June 14th, I think it's $2.79. Includes 2 extra black ink bottles. So that's $40 right there. So yeah, it's a pretty good deal. It's the one that's usually $3.40, I think. There's also one at Best Buy that's $199. But what I noticed about that one is it didn't have the AirPrint on your phone. So I'll probably end up getting the one at Costco before the sale's over. I think it says June 14th. So, but I think I'm going to do that because I'm just going through ink like nobody's business lately. So me says we got the Epson Echo Tank. Love, love, love it. The amount of money we used on HP was way more than what we pay on the Epson. Yeah, that's what my daughter said, and I was leery because we had Epson, and the reason we got rid of Epson was because it used too much ink, and we went to the HP. But that was the Epson ink cartridges, and they're so tiny. And yeah, we went through them so fast, so we bought HP, and they have lasted longer, but they're still they still just we go through them like crazy. You wince when you see people cutting into big four patterns. Ladies, I have so many vintage big four patterns. I have 2 file cabinets downstairs. I'm talking hundreds from me and my mom over all these years. Some of the patterns I have date back to the 60s, and I have everything that I've ever made from big four. And yeah, I was looking at those, and I kind of want to get rid of them. Some of them aren't even cut. We just bought them and then never did it. So I don't know. I don't know if I should. Maybe that could be the giveaway. Maybe I should have a giveaway of vintage patterns. Would you guys like that if I did that? Of course, the sizes, I don't know. Back then I was a 12. But then there's some, my mom was, I think, an 18. So there's some of both. They're really fun, though. And what's really funny is when you see, Simplicity released this vintage pattern, and everybody was talking about this cool vintage pattern, and I had, the original one from before. I was like, oh, man, I'm old. Oh, does she buy them, Marcia? Viv Mom buys them? I'll have to contact her. Oh, Dot has it too. Bought in December and still haven't refilled. And hubby and I are both working from home. Wow. Well, my daughter, she's printed 3,000 pages and it's not even halfway empty. Her curriculum is like, she prints like every book for her kids, and she has 4 kids. And she prints like their textbooks. And she's only used half of the ink that it came with. So that's pretty good. I have close to 100 patterns. Yeah, I have the newer ones. I probably have close to 100, but those vintage ones, I just have hundreds and hundreds. And I was trying to catalog them all, and I'm going to. But then as I was doing that, I thought I probably should get rid of some of those because I'll never make them all. I might die trying, but some of them they aren't my size, and maybe they would benefit somebody else. So I should probably either do a eBay or I'll contact Viv Mom and see if she wanted them. But yeah, there's a lot of vintage ones in there that are actually 70s, very, very 70s. Yeah, maybe I'll send you some Frugalisma. The giveaway's fun too. Yeah, that I might do that. It wouldn't be exciting to everybody though, so I wouldn't want somebody to go like, oh, gee, that's all, because not everybody would like it. So maybe I'll do a couple packages and just say, okay, first one, first one gets dibs, whoever wants them or something, because I do need to clean them out, and I'd love somebody to be blessed by them. And then I saw some on eBay, which they don't really go for a lot, but then when you consider how many I have, might be worth my while. All right, well, let me think on that, and I promise you guys I'm not going to post them anywhere or anything until I put together a few, and I'll give them away in a Sunday chat. How's that sound? Yeah, I do too. Elaine, I used to buy them just because I would dream and think I'm going to make it, and then I wouldn't have anywhere to wear or whatever it was, and I never made it. Yeah, okay. Someday I'll have a Sunday chat where I'll just bring up some of those vintage patterns and we'll just kind of go through them up. Maybe I'll put like 3 packages of them together and just give them to somebody. Maybe we'll do a trivia game or something like that. And yeah, I'll think about that. We'll do something fun. Yeah, I should actually do a video with those. That would be fun. If I can find the old pictures of the things I've made, that would really be fun. I Somebody came out with a jumpsuit. Who was it? And I actually sewed the exact same thing. It was McCall's pattern, and it was in the early '80s. And I'm like, oh, that looks familiar. And then I was going through my patterns, and I remembered I had sewn that one when I was a newlywed, and we went to Mexico as our last trip by ourselves before we had kids. And I had made a whole bunch of clothes to go to Mexico, and that jumpsuit was one of them. I wish that still fit because I loved it, but I'm not that size anymore. Cool. I thought about some of the more memorable things that I've made, about pulling those patterns and hanging them in my room here somewhere. My walls are kind of cluttered with stuff, but it might be kind of fun. Um, Maybe here or something. I don't know. I do have a lot of stuff in here though. Really a lot of stuff, but it's all useful mostly. I don't know if you guys can see my pegboard over here. It's 4 feet by 6 feet, so it's huge. And then I have a cork board over there, and then I'm going to get another smaller pegboard right there. That's going to be 2 foot by 3 foot, I think. So most of it is like usable space. I don't have room for a lot of unusable things, but I might try to change it up in here. I have a Mickey Mouse print on that wall over there. It's a chalk print that I've done. It has my favorite saying by Walt Disney. It says, "That's the real trouble with the world. Too many people grow up." I love that saying, and so I did a chalk drawing of Mickey Mouse with that, and that's hanging there. But maybe I'll put that somewhere else and put some vintage patterns up there. Maybe I'll do that. When I moved to my current apartment, you threw away tons of old Berta magazines. Oh, wow. You know what I have? You know those stand-up folders? I have 3 of those full of Berta. I only got it for a couple years, but I still make that stuff sometimes. Before I buy, especially a big 4 pattern, before I go buy one, I look in the Berta and see if it's there. Did you guys like sewing Berta? Not everybody likes their way of doing things, but I actually found it kind of, once you've figured out what line you have to trace, I actually found it to be pretty fun. You felt empty. So, some very cute ideas on Pinterest for shadow box made with, ooh, I'm going to have to check that out. Cool. I will go looking on Pinterest for that. Thank you for telling me that. That's a great idea. I have some canvas things I made. They're over on that wall that are like my 4 things. There's like a sewing machine, a camera, music notes, and then like my initial with some scissors. So that's got like all my interests, all my creative things. And maybe I'll take, those have been there a long time, so maybe I'll take those down and do something with vintage patterns. I did this room 5 years ago, so it's time to shake it up a little. Cool. Well, do you guys have any questions for me? Are you all set with, did you get your measurements for your pants? I'm going to probably film one tomorrow. Probably won't go up till Tuesday, but I'll film it tomorrow. And I'm going to try and do those, at least a couple days in between each one, so you have time to do that step. And yeah, see how it goes. And then I also want to talk about silhouettes of pants. Probably we'll sew first, and then I was going to talk about silhouettes of like what tops you should wear with skinny pants and what tops you should wear with wide legs, and just different, like, play with the silhouettes. Oh, and I have some and if you aren't in my Facebook group, maybe you probably saw this if you were, but if not, pardon me for repeating it. Erica from My Body Model contacted me and offered me a discount for my viewers because of the video that I did showing her the way that I used that. So if you use the code Dorothy, all capitals, you get 10% off. So if you're interested on getting a croquis for yourself, that is a great way to do it. So just use the coupon code Dorothy, and she'll give you a 10% discount, which I thought that was really sweet. I didn't ask her. She just reached out to me with that, and I thought that was really awesome. So a coffee and a Berta and my stash swatch book. Ooh, that sounds fun. Can I come? That sounds good. Vintage pattern envelopes are so beautifully crafted. They are. Some of mine are torn, though, because they've shoved patterns back into them after cutting them. But I don't know. Is that part of the charm, though? I mean, I don't know. I kind of think it is a little bit, because I know that I made it then, and I can see the adjustments that I made, which, like, now they can fit on my one thigh, what used to be my waist. Have I done a rounded back adjustment? I have not, but I need to for my mother-in-law. So I'm going to make a video on that as soon as I try it out on her. She's very hunched over, and she still likes to feel like a girl. She's 91. She's very depressed because she's in assisted living and none of us can visit her. It's really sad. They're not allowed to go eat together. She has tons of friends there. They're not allowed to go eat together because of the pandemic. And she has to eat in her apartment alone. She can't have any visitors. They do have some activities, but not too many. She's not even allowed to go outside for a walk. I don't know why. We're kind of, as a family, we're a little bit irritated about that. She should be allowed to go for a walk. But she's just, I just feel like I want to do anything I can to brighten her day right now because just so hard, And I can't really go over and fit anything. That's why when I made that top for her for Mother's Day, I just had to sort of guess here. But I know her, I've known her all my life. So I was able to kind of guess. And it fit her really well. So maybe I'll do the same on a rounded back adjustment. Because so many times I've brought her clothes home and just like done a couple darts in the back just to get her, so that it doesn't stand up completely. So that's an adjustment I've never had to do, but I do need to learn that one. So I will do a video after I learn it. Teresa. Stitches by Julie. I brought vintage pattern and made junk journals with them. Very cute, but not for making garments. Oh, fun. Wondering what thread you use. I generally use Gutermann, but expensive. I just use Coats and Clark Dual Duty Plus. And a lot of times, I don't fuss about thread. If as long as I don't use off brands or anything. But that big Gutermann box of all different colors, and I think it's at Joann's it's like $28, and one time it was on sale for $19. And I bought that. It has almost every color, And then, I've sort of collected colors over the years. And I just don't fuss about thread. I mean, I just use what I have pretty much. But I don't buy off brands. So it's Coats and Clark or Gutermann. I don't have any Aurifil, but that would be nice too. I use Maxi Lock for the serger, and I buy that at Wowak. Gutermann is actually cheaper at wowak.com too. If you've ever been to that website, it's all Sewing Notions, and they have a really good deal on that kind of stuff. And also Amazon, I should put that in my shop. I keep thinking, I tried to think of things when I set that up and, I have to go back and see the things I bought. But I bought a pack of, it was like 5 white spools and 5 black spools of the Joann's Dual Duty, not Joann's, Coats and Clark Dual Duty Plus. And I can't remember how much it was, but it was super cheap. And that's currently what I'm using for white and black thread. On my serger, I do not buy every color of thread of the garments. I use the color of the garment in the most left-hand needle because that's the one that if it pulls apart, you see from the outside. I use gray most of the time. If it's a white garment, I use white so it doesn't show through. But otherwise, I use gray or black or white for the serger, the overcasting part. And on my regular sewing machine, I use, a lot of times I'll use the top color, and then I might just have white or black or whatever in the bobbin, and I'll do that sometimes, unless it's white. Can't do that if a garment's white. You got to use white or it shows through. On my cover stitch, I'll use 2 of the color of the garment, obviously, for the top stitching, and the understitching, the looper, I'll put white or gray or black. So yeah, I just don't fuss about that. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference, I don't think, in how things last. So I could be wrong, but I don't know, I kind of want to spend my money where it really matters, and that never has mattered to me that much. I've never noticed a difference if I use Gutermann or anything else. As anybody, because I really would love to know if it's been a big deal to anybody, that you've noticed a big difference in using a more expensive thread. Has anybody? Yeah, that's a good idea. The buy one get one was a good deal too. She's a YouTube channel with many videos. I'm looking to see. I have to go back a little ways. Oh, that's the lady with the vintage patterns. I'll have to look that up too. Bye, Marcia. Good to see you. Can't wait till a Sunday when I can see you in person. That's coming soon, I hope. Stuff and still. Do you find those more expensive threads make a real difference, Paula? I totally could be missing out and not realizing that I should be using them, but I haven't had anything fall apart, and I just use I use Guterman's, or I use the Dual Duty Plus. I would never use an off-brand, but those two I would do. All right, well, I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon. Does anybody have any more questions for me or thoughts? I can always tell when it's starting to get at the end of the hour because people start, the chatter has kind of died down a little bit. And once again, I just want to take a minute to and just say how incredibly grateful I am to have people trust me and want to watch my videos, and I'm in total shock that I hit that milestone, and I hope there's more to come, but I'm grateful, really grateful. So thank you, because you guys are a big part of that. So thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much, Sarah. I just would love to have a big sewing room full of all you guys who just sew and talk. That would be so much fun. Yeah, I can see why you would use 100% cotton thread for a pot holder, because wouldn't something else melt maybe? Yeah, you probably have to be really careful what you use for those. Oh, thank you, Carrie. Yeah, me too, Lisa. So long, everyone. Wonderful conversation and good tips. Thank you so much, Teresa. I love all of you too, very much. Robust threads because others break on my industrial. Ah, okay. I'm jealous of your industrial machine. I have no room for anything like that, but I would if I had the room. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Well, I will probably on that note probably sign off for now and go make my husband some dinner. And I love spending my Sunday afternoons with you guys. So have a wonderful afternoon, and I will see you probably. I don't want to say something and then not. I don't think I'll probably get a video up tomorrow, so it'll be Tuesday or Wednesday, and I'll have the next pants lesson up. As well, I have some other topics to explore. Coming up, I want to do my favorite 1 yard patterns, patterns you can make with 1 yard, because this time of year is a really good time of year that you can do that. Camis, tops, different things, and maybe some skirts too. So, all right, well, I'll see you guys next Sunday, and I'll see you in the Facebook group in the meantime. And don't forget to share your pictures with me. I love to, if you put them in the Facebook group and you want them to be shared, would you just put a hashtag viewer makes so that I know it's okay to share it? I don't assume that because it's in the Facebook group that I will. So, but just put a hashtag viewer makes, and I'm gonna make a post on there so that you guys know, and then I'll know that you guys want me to share it on the videos, because I don't want to share something that when somebody doesn't want it to be shared. So we'll use a hashtag for that. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. Have a great day, and I will see you all in the Facebook group and in the videos this week and next Sunday, same time, right here. Have a great day. Bye-bye.